Welcome to a special summer bonus episode of the Food Professor Podcast, recorded live in our on-site podcasting studio at the SIAL Food Innovation Show in Toronto.
Over 3 great days in May, Sylvain and I met dozens of food innovators and thought leaders. These are their stories.
I'm sure you will enjoy hearing these incredible interviews as much as we enjoy hosting the conversations. Stay tuned for Season 4 of the Food Professor Podcast, Canada's top food industry and Canadian-produced independent management podcast, when we return live on the mic Thursday, September 21st. Well, we're back at SIAL Live, and we have a special guest from across the Atlantic. We actually had the company on last year, but this year we have this company, but represented by the brother.
I know.
The brother.
This is fantastic.
Yeah, so we have in the studio Silvio Serrano, who's the brother of Silvero from House of Exte. Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
So were you at SIAL last year?
I was not.
Okay.
I was not. I was in Italy. Silverio was here, but I'm officially here now in Toronto.
Well, welcome back to Canada.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We're excited to launch.
Yeah.
Like we say, from our land to your table.
Yes.
We are now, House of Exte is honored to provide a real, authentic product to our North American families.
Fantastic. And you won some, and you're taking home some hardware, right? You won some awards.
Yes.
For
Again.
for this all. Now the listeners can't see it, but we'll put a link into it. So they won in the olive oil category for this one, right?
For medium fruit, the Marina Palusci line is a phenomenal line from Abruzzo.
Yeah.
We are from Calabria, but we had many of our customers, our chefs, that have asked us for a Abruzzese olive oil. There's a difference.
Talk about what's the difference. To educate us. What is it?
Fantastic. So House of Exte was born about 15, 20 years ago. Our family goes back, the Sergi family goes back since 1850. We have partnered up with our family, the Acitaia Malpighi, one of the oldest balsamic vinegar houses in the world. The products that we create are phenomenal. We really strive on providing an authentic product. What does that mean? There's a misconception around the balsamic vinegars and the olive oils. Our balsamic vinegars are 100% natural ingredients. They come from the Tenuta del Cigno. Massimo Malpighi is our partner. This business has been around for 173 years, and now we are honored to bring this.
173 years?
107 since 1850. We are honored to provide this amazing line to Canada and the U.S. So the House of Exte is the home. The brands that we carry are our partners. We have the Acitaia Malpighi that's been around again since 1850. There's very few companies that can say we've been around for 173 years.
Yeah, I can say that. Yeah.
We're proud.
And still bringing new products. That's what's, initially that's what struck Sylvain and I as impressive, because you've been around a long time. Okay, that's one thing. But to continue to innovate and bring new products, we'd like to talk about innovation and new.
So the Acitaia Malpighi, we produce a beautiful line of balsamic vinegars, 100% natural ingredients, no caramel, no dyes, no colorings at any point. That's the only stipulation I have from my family from back home, is never to touch the product. There's a multi-billion-dollar business out there that sells fake product. We take pride in what we do. We are innovative. We created a barbecue sauce with balsamic vinegar in it. We're very proud of this line. We have the platinum, the gold, the silver. We age our balsamics. We have balsamics that are 25 years old. We have balsamics that are 100 plus years old.
I don't think I've ever seen a barbecue sauce with balsamic. Tell the listeners about this product.
So this was something that we created. I have a ton of friends of ours in the U.S. and also in the Quebec area, the foodies, that said, we want something different. It's hard to compete in the barbecue space.
Right. You look at here at SIAL, right? There's got to be 10, 12 barbecue across the way. They're all great.
So when we were working with our partners, we asked them to create something for the North American market with a European flair. So we created this beautiful barbecue sauce from the Acitaia Malpighi. We are proud and honored to have this line here in Toronto. We also bring in fantastic olive oil from Calabria, which our family is from. That would be the basil and the zaffa.
The basil. I remember we had the basil last year. It was fantastic.
Let me explain to you why this product is so unique and phenomenal. When you hear the word infused, start turning that bottle and read the label. Customers after COVID started getting a little smarter, let's say. I know as a dad of 3 beautiful daughters, when I'm reading labels and I read artificial colorings, artificial flavorings, additives, that's something that catches my eye.
Artificial this, artificial that. Yeah.
This is actually, our staff uses the word infused, but this is not an infused product. This is a joint press product. What we do is we get 80% olives, 20% Calabrian chili peppers, and we crush it together. Those are the only 2 ingredients.
The list of ingredients is not very long.
That's what you look for, right? A short ingredient deck.
Right, so you'll love that. Then we do the same thing with the basil. It's very difficult. Basil, it comes from our land. We're there in Cosenza, that's protected land, but we're very lucky to own it. Yeah. And we, again, 25% fresh basil leaves, 75% olives.
I use that basil as a finishing on some of the pastas that I make. Because
fantastic.
Oh my God, it's good. Adds just a...
Try it on your pizza.
Pizza.
You try it on pizza, you will never have another pizza again. I have my daughters...
Never another one like it.
I'm telling you, you try the basil or zaffa, you'll never have a pizza. You just can't. What we've done is we've created a line of products that enhances the dishes for the chefs. We don't want to change the profile of the plate.
I got to ask you a question about innovation, because SIAL is all about innovation. Your company is 173 years old, What's innovation to you? And when you actually come up with these beautiful products, what makes it to the board, and what do you take off the board in order to innovate further?
That's a good question.
So, let me put it in a few simple words. What food means for me.
Exactly.
Il mangiare è passione. Il mangiare è amore. Il mangiare è vita. Food is passion. Food is love. Food is life. That's something that we live by. In North America, I was afraid because I didn't think... We produce very high-end products, but because we have no middleman, we're able to bring it at the right number. Yeah. Being innovative is what keeps us successful. Because I live here in North America, I see what the market trends are. That's why when I see infused products like the basil, like hot, like garlic, and I'm turning these labels around and these bottles, and I see artificial, I'm thinking to myself, how does the consumer even buy something like this? They just don't know about it. So we're hoping with our educational process and with the experience that we have, again, with a company like Acetaia Malpighi, very grateful to Massimo Malpighi, we have the ability to be very innovative, and we just catch little bits and pieces of what the market trends are for, and we add that Italian flair to it. So we're very proud to provide the Acetaia Malpighi here in Canada.
So take us inside the boardroom, so to speak, your room.
Sure.
And you've got just kind of a follow-on to what Silvano, the two of you, Sylvain was asking. Basically, you must have, I'm going to make up a number, 20 products, but out of that, we're only going to take 5 or something like that. How does that process work?
So the process, I grew up, I was born in Toronto, but I was raised in Italy. Raised with my grandmother, my aunts, my uncle, so I was around food the entire time. My ideas, I get inspired, my brother Saverio and his brother-in-law Emilio, who I consider my brother too, they laugh when I call them up and say, hey guys, I have a great idea. It happens, I was at a hockey game and I was watching the boys eating all these different sauces for their wings, and I said, wait a second here, how about doing something with an Italian flair on it, a balsamic vinegar? So my ideas come up in the strangest times and so forth. But what I really take pride on it is quality of food. When I moved back to Canada, and I'll keep this story very short, I developed an allergy with food. I was extremely, extremely sick.
Really?
Extremely sick. A doctor put me on...
How long ago was that?
This is about 10 years ago.
Okay. 10
years ago. So I visited a gastroenterologist. She put me on these steroids. I looked them up, and they were anti-immune suppressants.
Okay. So
I was asking myself, isn't the immune system one of the most important parts of our body?
Sure.
And I really started looking into the food and everything here. In Europe, they're very strict about GMOs. They're very strict about quality. And when I am inventing something, the first rule that I live by, like I said before, mangiare passione, vita, amore, love. Food is passion, food is life. I make sure that the ingredients that we're using are 100% natural ingredients. So when we say that we have an infused hot oil, an infused basil oil, it's only 2 ingredients. We're not infusing it. We're not creating this in a lab. Same thing. There's a huge misconception around truffle. We're partners with Geo Foods. I wanted to say thank you to Vanya, the boss, who supports us and loves us. The changes, the FDA is becoming very strict in North America. People are purchasing a truffle oil. You look into it, you turn the bottle around again, it's not extra virgin olive oil, and the truffle is artificial. Wait a second. I'm paying $50, $60 for a bottle of truffle oil. It's not extra virgin olive oil, and there's no truffle in it.
Yeah.
For me, that's a sin. Yeah. Especially what I went through with my health.
Sure.
I was taken
firsthand, right?
So, I'm not 20, but I'm 45. I still have an 8-pack, not a 6-pack.
Yeah.
45. Oh my God.
I still take my olive oil shots every single day.
Listen, man. If I can look half as good as you, I'll consume your product all day long. Listen,
it's
fantastic.
That's one of my secrets. That's definitely one of my secrets. Now, and I'll share something with you because I am. I'm pretty proud of it. At my age, and this is my secret is the olive oil and the natural ingredients.
Look at that. He's a fit guy.
So, for a 45-year-old.
For a 45-year-old. All right, let's.
You're a good poster child for olive oil. I can tell you that.
Every single day. Every single day, I have a shot of unfiltered extra virgin olive oil.
Yeah.
I know where the fruit comes from. Everything. Even we have a line of the Marina Palusci. We still pick the olives by hand.
Right.
That was a bit of a fight with my family. I said, hey guys, how am I going to put numbers on the board if we're still picking olives by hand? Yeah. So we created a line now that we've convinced the family. We can use these belts to shake the trees. So we have a phenomenal, beautiful, high-end boutique olive oil from Abruzzo, the Marina Palusci line. I wanted to extend my regards to our family.
Now, this is the one you won the award for here, right?
Yes, we won last year at the SIAL. We won this year at the SIAL. And it's a tricky one because we don't know a lot of people.
Yeah.
And, usually the winners are connected to the chefs and they know them and they use their products. So that was a huge win for us.
Let's talk about putting numbers on the board. Let's bring that in. I love that phrase because at the day you make great product, but you still need to put numbers on the board for the business. Is that what brings you to SIAL? Why do you come to SIAL, and has it been a good show for you? Talk about that.
So when I convinced my brother, and I'll say my brother-in-law, he's my brother's brother-in-law that's been in the family business since the mid-1800s, I have to convince them to bring product around. They said, so we don't think you have the market share. I said, this is what we're going to do. I have an idea. So I literally took $100,000 worth of product and I sent it to everyone. I woke up, I had 137 emails. Yesterday, I don't want to name the retail stores. I was very proud. And,
wow. That's a nice response.
Yesterday, I was very proud. We had all the major retailers fighting at our booth saying, your line is now mine. I'm going to be very selective on who I choose. It's going to be like the Ferrari house. You have to be a buyer or an owner. And it's not discrimination. We want to make sure that our retailers understand what they have in their hands.
Exactly.
We're providing a 20, 25, 50-year-old balsamic vinegar. And when you stop for 1 second and think, $25, $30 for this balsamic vinegar, and you read on the label 25 years aged. Wait a second, guys. I go to Starbucks and I buy 2 coffees for $25.
Listen, we tried some last year, and it was like trying something balsamic vinegar I never had before. Like, oh my God, this is actually balsamic vinegar.
It's a candy.
Remember
amazing.
We were trying some at the table, right? And there was that topping, fantastic product. So you're looking at, you're coming here, you're getting some distribution, talking to a bunch of different people. And
so yesterday we had a number of retailers. I love the space. I love food. I grew up in southern Italy. I also grew up in Milan with a godfather of mine who, this is a very unique story that I'll share with you guys. He doesn't need the fame, but, great 2 education, leaves southern Italy, hits Milan, and he just opened a bakery at the Empire State Building with Howard Schultz and Starbucks.
Oh, really? Wow.
So to that level. And also developing this allergy for food. I was so sick for 10 years. And the doctor said to me, you have to stay on these steroids for the rest of your life. And I said, wait a second, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I work out every morning. I called back home my aunt, my grandmother. I said, what's going on? They're telling me I'm sick and maybe it's Crohn's, colitis. And they said to me, Silvio, go back to your roots.
Food is medicine.
Food is medicine. It's if you have a Ferrari and you're putting regular gas or diesel, the car's not going to run. Sometimes we're afraid to spend an extra $1 on a bottle of water, but wait a second. we're buying McDonald's or we're buying a balsamic. It was hard for me. And when we were talking, there's so much I want to talk about. I don't want to get off topic. But we just developed an amazing balsamic vinegar with truffle oil. All our products are 100% natural ingredients, like I said before. I'm very proud to have the GeoFood line. Special thanks to Vania and GeoFoods. I wanted to send my love and my regards to Fratelli Pugliese, our family in Calabria. Again, Massimo Malpighi with the line. 2S, we have some baked goods I have to send over to you guys. Essentially, for me, like I said, I want to be able to provide a exceptional product to everyone.
Honey, and in my hand I'm holding honey and truffles. I've never seen, and there's actual, again, to support your point, there's actual truffles floating in the honey. This is this is fantastic.
Correct. All our
unique. And last year, we were so impressed by the ingenuity of your products that we had to, when you came back this year, we had to have you back.
You know what we're going to do tonight? So Savannah and I are cooking on my food show tonight. I'm going to make chicken wings with this barbecue sauce.
Oh, yeah. Great idea.
Come on.
Shake the bottle. You're going to have to hit it a little harder. I told the boys in Italy, guys, I need a plastic bottle. And they're like, Silvio, that's a sin.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's very dense. I'm going to bring over to you guys some amazing you're talking about innovation. We created a product called Perle. So we make these truffle spheres.
I think we have some of that.
With black squid ink. With black squid ink and black truffle, you're going to absolutely love hors d'oeuvres. You're still missing a few things here. Our chips, we only use white truffle. We put the minimum truffle in it. Yeah. I'm not a fan of truffle because it's so overpowering.
It's very strong.
It's the fake essence. Because some people say to me, we have, I'm going to have my team bring over, we have about 10 or 15 pounds of fresh truffle here. So that we brought over. We're very lucky to have a dear friend of ours. Here's a fresh truffle for you. Please enjoy it at dinner tonight.
Wow.
Again, same thing with the truffle. There's a huge misconception around that. A lot of the companies are flash freezing their truffles. We don't mess around with stuff like that.
Listen, we have to wrap it up a little bit because it's such a great story, very rich story overall. So what are next steps for you and your company?
So our next steps, House of Exte is now available to everyone. www.houseofexte.com. We are available to bring...
So House of Exte, it's House of...
House of... ofexte.com, all one word.
Okay, EXTE.com.
House.com. Again, special thanks to GeoFoods, Massimo Malpighi from Acitaia Malpighi, Fratelli Pugliese, our family, 2S. I have to get you guys over our spreads over. We're very proud. We're very proud. For me, like I said before,
it doesn't show at all.
It's a personal.
It's good to see.
It's something very personal for me to make sure that our North American families can have a Ferrari on their driveway at the fraction of the
cost. Your enthusiasm is just so contagious. It's just great to see.
Gentlemen,
congratulations.
An honor, a pleasure. I will stay in close contact with you. I live in Canada. Forget about Saverio. We only use Saverio when we need the special
Saverio
products.
Who? What are you talking?
Exactly.
Hey, listen, thanks so much for joining us on the Food Professor podcast.
Michael,
it's a real treat.
Sylvain, thank you to the Food Professor. We are proud and honored to be part of the SIAL show.
Fantastic.
Thank you very, very much. And if you have any questions at all, we have a fantastic team that can help you with any of your questions for your cooking.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, and have a great rest of your show.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you, sir. What a pleasure. Thank you. Honored.
If you like what you heard, please follow us on Apple, Spotify, your favorite podcast platform, so you can catch up with all our great interviews, including celebrity chef, restaurateur, and entrepreneur, Chuck Hughes. These summer SIAL bonus episodes of the show will be released every Thursday, and be sure to tell all your friends and colleagues in the food service, grocery, and restaurant industry all about us.
I'm Sylvain Charlebois, the food professor, author of 8 books, and senior director of the Agri-Food Analytics Lab at Dalhousie University.
And I'm Michael LeBlanc, consumer retail growth consultant, keynote speaker, and producer and host of a series of retail trade podcasts, including this one. You can learn more about me on LinkedIn. Have a safe summer, everyone.
Bon été tout le monde.